Very rarely you wake up, and I tell you guys about this, you'll wake up with this serene feeling. It's just a beautiful day. It's 8 o'clock in the morning here in Columbus. I stayed in Columbus last night. I've had a couple of my clients that have come up to see me or even mentioned on videos about having to get new tires. And I noticed last night when I was driving in, where do I go here? I noticed last night when I was driving in, there was a place called Mr. Tire on the corner. Seems pretty specific. I'm looking for tires. There's a gentleman with a business named Mr. Tire, or a lady. I called them this morning and they put tires in my car, new tires on my car. Now I did shop around and Google a bit just to make sure the prices were good, and they're actually pretty good. So I'm getting some tires, and I got to watch horses race last night. I got to obviously drive 2 horses yesterday. I think a lot of that feeling I was talking about comes from obviously winning races, but when you can win races at the Delaware County Fairgrounds during Jug Week, it's a special feeling, right? And for those of you that have been here and done that, so to speak, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's that feel. For me, it's a lot like the feeling, now yesterday there wasn't as many people there, but a lot like that same mentality of Old Home Week, Prince Edward Island. And people ask me all the time, I got to get to the island, I like the jug, and I got to see. It's very, very similar feel. So 2 great wins yesterday. Sweet on Pete. I talked about Pete and her trip. Whispering Song for the new owner, Mr. Andrew out in Western Canada. So good for him also. Last night we got to see White Tiger win again. I was angry when I watched James drive globetrotting, and I gotta be. James drove White Tiger fantastic, and James usually does drive fantastic, but globetrotting was on him last night, and I haven't talked to him yet. There's no point in talking. It's not the end of the world. It happened. It's a race. But then I got thinking, I can't really be angry at him for driving globetrotting the exact same way he drove White Tiger and having a different result. That's racing. So, yes, it happened. She made a break, but I in no way, shape, or form blame her. She got jammed up in behind a long shot in the last turn. And, it's not very often I say, well, James should have got her out of there. It's not very often even a long shot in a trot race like that can't get you to the head of the lane. Just doesn't happen that often. So it's just circumstance. I thought Locatelli was good. Obviously, super conservative drive by Chris, but we wanted to get this horse back on the right track. You guys see this. Somebody said last night, we got Sailor was okay and Locatelli was good. Are you going to move them? Are you going to do this? Relax. All right? It wasn't that long ago that White Tiger was making us pull our hair out. What a start or two can do. For a perspective of horses. These horses can't be good all the time. We try to keep them in a position to be good all the time, but they can't be good all the time. And that's the great thing about horse racing is, the ups and downs. The downs only make the ups feel that much better, but unfortunately you can't be up all the time. And Locatelli looks like he's trending in the right direction. Looks like he's coming back around. Really, really happy with the way he finished up last night. Like 53-3, must have 53-2. He had to come 27 apiece, 28. So a good mile from him. Sailor was closing in on the end of it again. Jody, another conservative drive of the horse. But they got the 7-hole, right? There's not much you can do. We got some bad news last night. Crantini drew 10. Now it's all about perspective again. I was talking to one of our clients, and they were down in the dumps about the 10-hole. I said, hold on. Just so we're clear, I would much rather the 10-hole with Crantini than the rail. Or the 2-hole, or probably the 3-hole. Remember, I said the other day, north of 4. Now, the racing gods took that literally. We're well north of 4. But at the same token, this isn't the Meadowlands, right, where they start you and the turn is right there. There's a good 1/8 of a mile to the turn. Not to mention Mohawk is a staggered gate. So are all those horses going to come blasting off the car? Are they going to be lined up tight? No, of course not. It doesn't matter if you're going for $1 million. Only the $1 million only adds to that jittery feeling for everybody that's out there. Sure, when you're in the race and you're a driver, it's all about the race. But at the same token, you want to get away trotting. You want to try and get away in a good spot. Cantini's one of the best horses in the field. There's no two ways about that. He trotted his last 3 quarters. I said 124 flat the other day. And this is Trackus. This isn't Anthony with a stopwatch on a video. He trotted his... I said 124. Somebody messaged me and said, no, you're wrong. It was 123 and 3. Okay. He was fast. Cantini's one of the best horses in the race. Might be one of the best horses in the entire division. But we got to get away clean, right? The 10 hole is not where somebody should, would, or would likely say, well, that's where I want to leave. But at the same token, if push came to shove and somebody said the rail or the 10 hole with Crantini, you can only have one or the other, it would have been the 10 hole. So we are going to race for $1 million. We are going to do it from post 10. That's racing, right? That's why we're all in the game. If everybody knew the outcome and everybody knew the post position draws and everybody knew who the good ones and the bad ones were, this game would be boring. All the intangibles that we can't control and we don't know anything about, that is horse racing. That is what makes us love it so much. And the horses, obviously, of course, the horses. So yesterday I was obviously treated to a couple of victories. We were treated to one last night with White Tiger. He raced good. Locatelli raced pretty good. I'll tell you who raced good yesterday, and I forgot to watch it until later. Good as him. Good as him was last, I think, at the head of the lane. 7th or 8th out of lane. The young Beckwith just wheeled him across the track, and he was charging at the wire. Good as him raced fantastic yesterday. If you get a second, I know we have a lot going on, so even I miss races from time to time. Go back and watch that race. He's going to be a nice horse for us, that horse. And he's fresh. He's fresh, so that's good. Now, in regards to the shares sold yesterday, I told everybody, relax, all right? There's a way we have to put things in place so the stable can do the best business it can do, right? I can look at horses confidently, purchase and bid on them confidently, but at the same time, there are going to be shares for you out there. I don't think there was a horse that we bought that didn't have a share left on it. You may say, whoa, Anthony, Cowboy by the Sea didn't have any shares. Oh, didn't he? There may be a couple left. We did have a client that had wanted to get involved in a big way in Lexington, and had asked, they said, you know, we had bought 4 or 5 pacers in Lexington. We don't just have clients that are exclusive to the stable. We have clients that have horses with other trainers and outfits also in them. It's great. They said, you know, we bought these pacers and you got the Cowboy horse. If you have clients that would want shares in the Cowboy horse, we're looking to do something much bigger in Lexington with you. So we've reabsorbed some shares of Cowboy, not a lot, but some shares of Cowboy by the Sea. They'll be going up later on today. I did put a number of shares also back out that we had. So a couple of things happened in Ohio. We had some clients that had wanted some shares, but had maneuvered themselves around to buy some shares of some horses and put some shares back up on the site, on the stable site. We had some people that wanted to play a bigger role, not just the client I spoke about, but other clients who wanted to play a bigger role in Lexington and potentially Harrisburg or Ontario that were also looking to maneuver shares around. So there were some shares left. But I would caution everybody, Ohio's got one of the best programs in North America. We bought 14, and it was so cool. You guys sold that horse out in 24 hours, the Levesque horse. So that was awesome. But we ended up with 14 horses, 14 horses that looked very, very good, very good. And you know, I was so pleased when I got to the sale. I had told the people that were with us, and Randy and Bob or anybody, I said, I think this sale's not going to be as strong as you think. Now, Cowboy by the Sea and horses like that brought a lot, but when you look back at a perfect example is Prince Charmer, it still gnaws away at me a little bit. I can't understand how that horse, even me who understands how sales work and how they can fluctuate, how fluid they are, how heartbreaking they can be, I'm sure for breeders, I can't wrap my head around that horse bringing that money. I just can't. But that was all day, right? Chirahola, I thought was between 60 and 80. I thought that's where we were going. And she went for 57. That was our bigger trotter of the day. And that was after Cowboy at Sea. Cowboy by the Sea. But the trotters we picked up, Snap You, the Creatine filly, beautiful filly. You know, all these horses were easily purchased for what we bought them for. The only horses where I said the one filly, I thought that's what she was worth, that's what we paid dollar for dollar, fair market value, right up to the line, was the pacing filly. What the hell's her name? I'm drawing a blank now. It's right on the tip of my tongue. The beautiful little black filly with the white blaze on her face. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous filly. It's bugging me now. So she was right to the line, 32. And there were a couple other ones that drifted up that way, but for the most part, we came in under budget for the day, but we definitely came in under budget in almost every horse. So I was really, really happy in that regard. I think we did some great work. We were very lucky and fortunate so far in Ohio. None of that matters. As you know, we'll find out next July and August if we were right or not. But really happy with the group that we picked up in Ohio. Looking now, looked through the catalog, got through a third look at the catalog last night. Starting to whittle my list down a little bit. Some really, really good looking horses, as you can imagine. It's Lexington. So that's going to be really cool. And then a lot of people are already starting. What about Ontario? Yeah, we're going to go to the win-back sale. We're not going to buy a ton of horses at the win-back sale. I think there was one or two that we liked. After Lexington is Ontario. So throughout the next week, we'll do some talking about what we're going to do in Ontario. A lot of people interested, as I hope you are. And then we'll get to Harrisburg after. Harrisburg is its own entity almost. At the end of sale season, when we're all getting close to being broke, and we're all looking at what we've got, what we have, getting excited and eager about 2023. Boom! This massive sale shows up, and we did some real good work in Harrisburg last year, and I expect we will again. This year. So today we have, as I said, What a Mission is scratched today. The horse is fine. He colicked a little bit yesterday, and the medication they had to treat him with for that bout of colic, it was inside the withdrawal time parameters in Ohio, so we had to scratch What a Mission. It's not a big deal. He's fine now. He'll be right back in the next fair. We get a chance to race him in. We got our girls in today. Shoeing change on Smoking Hot Irish Girl. We'll see if that makes a difference. Coupe de Ville was exceptional her last start in Northfield Park. And then we got Columbus in race number 1 also. So we got those going on today. Tomorrow, if I feel up to it, and I believe I will, I'm going to go back tonight. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up, jog the babies in the morning. Come down here for our girl swinging senorita. Go back to Northfield Park for 5 racing next tomorrow night at Northfield Park. Let me see if I can get this. Sir Strong, Bravura, My Sweet Mimi, Blue Tesla. I'm missing one. Yep, I'm missing one. Sir Strong is there? I am missing one. So we're short one. I'll find out tomorrow. So we get 5 at Northfield Park tomorrow, and then still trying to, and then back down to the jug on Thursday. Drew the rail. Can't draw much better than the rail in Little Brown Jug Elimination with a 5-horse field. Yes, we're in tough by the missile. My brother is in there. Guy told me yesterday we're the third set of brothers to race against each other in the Little Brown Jug Eliminations or final. If I'm not mistaken, the only Canadian brothers to do it. Too bad James wasn't here. The horse is sharp. He's coming in good. He's looking good. So we'll see if we can have some good luck at the Little Brown Jug. Anyway, a lot going on for the rest of the week. Obviously, after the jug, we have the Mohawk Millions. We have the Elegant Image. We have a ton of stuff going on. Busy time of year. So as I said, just a real nice, quiet day. I'll wake up, gonna get my tires done here at Mr. Tire. And then I'm gonna take some time, do a little racing this afternoon, play out the rest of the week. But I hope all the days are like this. Not very often you get a day like today. So it's starting out great. It ended great yesterday. Good luck to everybody. Take care.